No need to.
No, if you just want to see, you can embed that in a Word document, PowerPoint, just send the dashboard to people, right? Take a screenshot of this, create it. So mostly the way it happens is 20% of the users in the organizations will use Power BI Pro license, rest will just see the data out of it. Or the manager in the organization will do it for the team and then just publish the report for them in a Word document or a PDF. So when you see Teams and this Power BI Pro, Teams is a fantastic tool. The email zero organization will, the dream will be realized. First, you have to become an attachment zero organization. See, what happens today is we are so inefficient. Then we first use internet to upload an attachment, and if we send it to 10 people, 10 people will download it. And email is a 45-year-old technology. It has inbox, sent items, and folders. We are still relying on it for such a critical communication. We can't say that we will have a bullock cart and we want to go to Mars. You can't do that, right? If you want to go to Mars, you need a Chandrayaan or a Mars rover mission or something like that if you want to enter into space. You can't use your motorcycle or a bullock cart to be there. So just look at such technologies, start using it at your level in IT first, give it to the advanced user and start imagining the possibilities with them. Because if your organizations are not using such tools like Slack, Teams, and a lot of other tools, other organizations will use it and they'll be much better in terms of security and productivity in the organization. And these are just some examples, but there are more than 35 tools which are there. And if you want a business transformation series to be conducted in your organization, you can reach out to people at Fortron and they'll share the details with you. And as I shared, there's a Windows 7 upgrade option. You can extend Windows 7 updates for 1 year at 4,200 rupees. And you can take 1 year subscription of Windows 10 E3. If you don't like it, you'll get to retain Windows 10 Pro on that particular device for lifetime, right? That is the option that is there.
So sharing a file on Teams is equivalent to uploading and downloading?
No. So in Teams, the most important thing that you saw is one copy of one file. Everyone is collaborating. So either team can have 2 members, 10 members or hundreds, or I can be an individual, right? The file is uploaded once. The single file, multiple versions are kept, but everyone is working on the same file. So what happens today is, I have a different folder structure on my computer. My colleague has a different folder structure on their computer. When they leave, the company has to back up everything. Imagine the amount of duplicate files that exist in their email, on their computer, and no one is able to search anything. With Teams, central storage. Employee leaves, you remove the member out of the team, the file stays there, you include another member.
So if 3 people are making a change, how do I merge all
the versions? So changes are simultaneous on the same file. You're not merging. The changes are real time there. You can remove the change if you want. So it's co-authoring. The feature is called co-authoring. You co-work on the same file, because this is what happens, right? I work on a document, I send it to someone, they add, then send it back. Multiple copies of the same document are created. Here, everyone is working together on the same document, and Microsoft is ensuring that every change is being kept. You can go back, roll back, and recover the previous version as well, instead of keeping multiple copies of the same document.
By default, Teams organize all the context details from your organization into your pattern.
Correct.
Topics that you see like Outlook. If I want to send any message any organization outside the organization.
Yes. Yes. So team has email connection as well. So what happens is, see, what we are saying in Teams is, when you talk about communication in the organization, right, you know that 98 or 99% of the communication is with the known people, known vendors, known people. Those will be 10, 20, 50, 100 in an organization, right? Those will not send you phishing emails. You are very confident that your vendor will not generate a phishing email to you, or he'll not run away with data. The problem is with the new connections that you're making or new people that you're collaborating with. So what Teams is doing is, they have a guest access. So we collaborate a lot with Microsoft. Microsoft doesn't have to send us an email. What they'll do, they'll post it on Teams, a public message on Teams with any offer. What happens now? We will not, so there'll be no duplicate identity of Microsoft sending an email. So we'll know that if we are getting an email from Microsoft, then it's a phishing email, because Microsoft doesn't send emails to us. They only send a Teams message. So I'm changing the paradigm there. So you can have a guest access. So first, the steps of becoming email zero is, first you have to become an attachment zero organization. How do you become an attachment zero organization? You have 100 MB of attachment limit today. Reduce it to 1 MB. slowly and gradually reduce it to zero. So try OneDrive adoption first. So people should not be sending attachments as an email to anyone. That is step one. Step two is internal communication. Stop internal communication for CC and BCC and everything. The challenge is, I write such a long email and I have very important one point in the body of the email. I write it that way so that my manager ignores it. Because when there's a problem, I'll say, मैंने भेजा तो था, आपको आपने पढ़ा नहीं. So what happens today? You get about 200 emails in a day. How many emails do you read? And then we have a problem of communication, right? We don't read emails, right? So what we are saying is, जहाँ पे action लेना है वहाँ tag कर दीजिए. जहाँ पे किसी को ओनरशिप लेनी है तो वो जाके देख लेगा. सिंगल सर्च प्लेटफॉर्म, ई डिस्कवरी. अगर मान लीजिए डेटा प्रोटेक्शन कंप्लायंस आता है और सारा डेटा शेयर पॉइंट पे स्टोर्ड है अगर, तो डिस्कवरी फास्ट होगी, या सारा डेटा अगर आपकी हार्ड डिस्क ड्राइव में स्टोर्ड है तो डिस्कवरी फास्ट होगी. सो यहाँ से ये सब चीज़ें हो रही है कि सिंगल सर्च. जब आप अंकिता, इफ आई कैन यूज योर डिवाइस, से व्हेन आई सर्च ऑन अंकिता's device anything. So Ankita, if you can just search anything, so it is not visible. I'll show you how Windows 10 has become a document management system and world's fastest and the best document management system. I'll tell you how. So Ankita, if you can search for, say, time in London. Are you connected to internet? So I'm searching for time in London, okay? Which will not be visible through here, but now the time in London is coming from a search engine where the search query has been made using what? Windows 10. I did not go to any search engine and made a query. Ankita, search for business transformation, just write business transformation. So when Ankita is searching business transformation, what it is doing is it is searching on Ankita's computer, Ankita's email, Ankita's OneDrive, and anyone who's associated with her in the organization as part of the team. So this business transformation has apps, email, web, everything built into Windows 10. If I show you something,
But now why it's not going to internet for search?
so I have not selected it. Go back, Ankita. There's an option for web also. I can do that. So on top you see web. So it is intelligently identifying that when you're searching for time in London, you don't have time stored for London on your computer. But when you're searching for a business transformation, she might have a document. So it is intelligently analyzing your behavior and seeing your history to tell you where that document would be. What is the probability of that document? If Ankita search for something in pharma, we are an IT company, we don't deal in pharma. So pharma, the web would be preferred thing for that. Depending on how that is. AI is working there, built into Windows 10. Windows 10 has a fantastic capability that even if you deploy a cloud-based AD, Windows 10 can remotely connect to that Active Directory. Ankita, if you can show the timeline feature. So I want to show you a timeline thing. So just hold on. So what happens today is I open my computer. What I face as a problem is I do not know what was I working on yesterday. What was the name of the file? मैं नाम भूल जाता हूँ फाइल का बार बार ऐसा होता है आप सबके साथ में या लोगों के साथ में. आप टाइमलाइन में जाइए विंडोज 10 की. अंकिता नीचे जाओ. So जितने भी अंकिता ने काम किए डॉक्यूमेंट में, without searching for the document, she'll be able to figure out what she was working on yesterday or 6 months back or 3 months back. She can read this through. It has personal and everything. So why to search? So अगर आप सर्च ही नहीं करेंगे तो आपका कंप्यूट ही क्यों यूज होगा? आप टीम्स में डॉक्यूमेंट सर्च ही नहीं कर रहे. अब अंकिता गो टू जस्ट फाइल्स ऑन टीम्स. सो व्हाट हैपेंस टुडे? मुझे डॉक्यूमेंट देखना है, मेल पर आया, कहीं पर भी आया. आई जस्ट गो टू फाइल टीम्स.
So there was a query regarding how are different people when co-authoring, they are co-authoring on a document, how would that look like? So here Meghna is co-authoring, her name is appearing, and I can also go and start working
On the same slide. So the portion of the editing is locked. So Meghna is working on that portion and she is working on that portion. And the same slide you can work together. There's no multiple copies of the same document getting created. Along with it, the team members are chatting along with the PPT कि आपने क्या क्या कब कब कहाँ पे कर दिया है. तो एक real time collaborating on making the same PPT or same document. Also, Ankita, if you can just go to files. Not this files, the entire file section on the teams. Ankita, just the files, yes. So if you look into this, all the recently worked files a central, you can see that, right? Why would you even search a document? You would continue to go back to the same file again and again because the recent thing is what you wish to use. So you can see all the types of files she has got or read. So we have to reduce the search on your computer. The processing power on your computer should not go in searching. We want to remove the part that you have to worry about storing version 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, half done, complete, date, and all that kind of structure. You just focus on work. You're not making any SharePoint workflow. Everything is getting created automatically. Every channel, like a television channel, right? You want to go, you switch on the TV, you want to watch a sports channel. What do? You go to a sports category and watch a sports channel, right? Similarly, you want to see a particular team, go to that team. If you're a member of it, if you have access right, go to a particular channel that you, so go to review meeting, Ankita, on Photron Academy. If you see review meeting, if I want to see what is happening in the review meetings on Photron Academy, I can just check it there if I have the access, if company has given me access. Now, there's a channel called Content Management which has a lock built in, which is a private channel. Only a certain people, like a child lock on your television or a computer, right? So you can define, all these are document storages or content storages of your organization. You define who has access to what do you wish to do when. So you don't have to search for anything. And central storage, single copy.
There was a query regarding the meeting recording. So here that recording is available now. And if I play the recording, you can see it's coming from Microsoft Teams. All the internal people can actually share their likes on this or add to their watch list. And here you can read this message that once this call is started, it would automatically, the recording would be accessible in the channel. So that is how it is.
So you can record calls, make calls, store data, chat, do one-on-one communication, guest communication. Imagine, why do you need any other tool? What would you do? You have central document storage, calendar is there. So calendar is there, chat is there, notification, any notice that has to be delivered to you, everything is here. What would you do? Birthday email भी नहीं डालना पड़ता है. Birthday email के लिए भी एक common channel है जिसमें all announcements है. Policy का भी announcement central है. Calendar sharing is there. So this calendar is coming from your Outlook. So you can make multiple calendars. Then this calendar is the calendar you get. If you get Teams, you get this calendar.
I will get this calendar.
Yes.
My calendar, if I want to share this calendar.
You can sync it. Yes.
And we can simultaneously work on that calendar.
Yes. Central calendar. So see, imagine, आज 5 लोगों का टीम होता है, सबका इंडिपेंडेंट कैलेंडर है. यहाँ टीम का एक कैलेंडर है, आपका एक इंडिविजुअल कैलेंडर है, और बाकी जितनी आप टीम के मेंबर हो उतने टीम्स का कैलेंडर है. सो ये सिंप्लीफाइड है. इतनी सारी ऐप से इंटीग्रेशन, आप रोक सकते हो, कंट्रोल कर सकते हो, ब्लॉक कर सकते हो. सो इमेजिन ऑल दीज कैपेबिलिटीज. व्हाई वुड यू रिलाई ऑन लेगेसी टूल्स? व्हाई वुडंट यू मेक योर कंप्यूटर फास्टर? ऑल दिस थिंग इज एक्सेसिबल ऑन फोन इटसेल्फ. सो व्हाई वुड यू यूज व्हाट्सएप? अगर टीम्स का एक्टिव यूसेज आपके यहाँ बढ़ गया तो व्हाट्सएप पे करने की जरूरत ही कम फील होगी यूजर्स को, क्योंकि वो सारे काम यहाँ कर सकते हैं और उससे बेहतर कर सकता है. एक्सेल, वर्ड, पावरपॉइंट, एक्सेल टीम्स के अंदर ही खुलता है, अंदर ही सेव हो जाता है. सो अगर डिपेंड करता है आपको, अगर आपने ऑफिस ऑनलाइन लिया हुआ है, ऑनलाइन चलेगा. नो, नथिंग इज नीडेड. देयर इज एक्सेल वेब, Word web, PowerPoint web, everything will work on the web itself within Teams. YouTube, Wikipedia, all that access can be given through Teams. So you can install it on Linux, use Linux system, use Teams and get everything done. Why do you need your telecallers to be on a Windows 10 PC if you think Linux would do it for them or a Chrome machine would do it for them? Because it has a browser version also.
On that question, how will you get a notification of the tweets like birthday wishes and
वन टाइम में कितने यूज़र एक्सेल पे काम कर सकता है?
So इसका limit is about 250.
250, ओके. और स्टोरेज वगैरह भी लिमिट में है? स्टोरेज कहाँ पे डेटा स्टोर कर सकते हैं?
So depending on which plan do you have, so 1 terabyte of storage is there with starting at 1500 rupees per user with all features: email, OneDrive, Teams,
ओके.
Office Web. 1500 rupees a user a year.
We are using Office Business.
Mhm.
So that is in
Business only or business essential or
no,
premium?
business essential.
Business essential, you have 1 terabyte of storage and 10 terabyte of storage for the company and 1 terabyte per user. And which is a huge amount of storage, more than what you have in your computer.
Okay, thanks.
And adding to the question regarding the notifications, these are the kind of notifications you would receive.
The channel you created for like birthday, daily messages will come. It pops up.
Yeah, so here is for ourselves the channel, like free zone channel that we have created. All the updates related to such activities, we send it out like this.
This will be visible when the user will open that channel. You will not get
No.
The notification will be there. So you can tag the entire team also. For example, you see the tagged as Photron. So the notification will go to everyone. If you want an email notification also, after tagging Photron, an email can also go. But why to burden the email system when Teams is there? It's like a WhatsApp message, right? How many people will not read a WhatsApp message? People won't read emails, but you'll not have lot of 100 messages on WhatsApp unless until you really want it to happen.
Is there a way you can get a read recipient that the person has read your note or message?
So see, the way that you wish to do is your choice. The best way is, for example, say, just can you show like buttons or something like that? So what happens is, see, it is built on trust. Trust means that if I'm sharing a notification, it is the receiver's responsibility to see it. Otherwise, there are signs like, you can say that Ankita has posted a Photon Academy update. So many people have liked it, they had a reaction to it. Other people would have read it. I can get that logs detail, but imagine the amount of logs that will get generated.
I mean, you said it's a replacement of Outlook email, right? If I'm sending an email to my
But in read receipt also, if you initiate a read receipt, I have to accept it. If I don't accept it, you will not get a read receipt.
but I know the email is in your inbox.
So that doesn't mean I have read it. See, imagine how many emails that you get on daily basis. How many emails do you read?
That's fine, but
So
from
that.
my side, the email is in your inbox.
Uh-huh.
After 2 days, I have the right to ask my email.
So the same thing here. So if you tag the entire team, you'll say that the message. So Ankita, can you show that on some channel? Just go to some channel.
So in a way, like you are saying that if I decline the read receipt,
Hmm.
so I'm not sure whether we have read or not.
Correct.
Like the same is here.
Yes.
If I have tagged a person, if we cannot ensure that he has read
So,
or read.
so there are two options. So there are two options, right? First is if a person is tagged, they'll get a notification on Teams. If you want a notification to go on email, that will go as well. That's a choice. But we are.
I'm thinking this as a replacement of Outlook.
I understand. So you see, replacement of a motorcycle with a spacecraft will not have two tires, right? So if a spacecraft will have a jet propulsion engine, it will not have two tires or motorbike. So when the replacement happens, it is for the future, not for today. We are not giving you another Outlook in a redesigned form. We are giving you a new way to work. We are saying 90 minutes per day. If you start using Teams, you'll be able to save 90 minutes per day in your organization.